It'd be ideal for Christmas in your living room. I thought of going back. It was the last one. I thought I was to go back and see if he has another. He has another shop in Richton. Hey dear. Well, I've just been digging through my spare parts box, and luckily I got these. Well, it's no big deal, is it? Only little marker lights. And I've tested them. Let's test them again. Yes. Eagle Eye from eBay. $1.99 a pair. And luckily I got 2 spare pairs because them crap ones, there's some with little cob lights units in that seem to fail quicker, but what I've done, I put black silicone. While I was using silicone on these brackets, I put a little ring of silicone around there. So I'll see how long these last. Yeah, I've silicone all the brackets on all 3 helmets. Took all that crappy tape off. And it isn't necessary now because solid as a rock. Actually, the black one, the one I did with black silicone, took ages to cure, although it's alright now. Cure. So I've used the blue silicone I had for the inside and then just put black top and bottom. I just hope I got the angles right. It looks a bit skew-diddle, but it is only a commuting helmet. Like I said, I'm not going to do any more spoken vlogs commuting to work. So they're just for security now. That's my spring and summer commute. That's my autumn and winter commute for when it's dark. You know yourself at certain times of the year, it's just totally bloody dark, isn't it? Whereas it's a bit lighter. You know what I mean, don't you? Plus it's wear and tear. I thought, I'm not having a sweaty helmet. What's up with them? It's always cutting off. Rubbish on telly, rubbish on radio. I've just been watching A Christmas Carol again. George C. Scott, 1984. Americans and keeping their American accent, doing Scrooge. I just snipped the old one's connectors off. I thought I'd done them with that end, but it's these ends I need to crimp. So as I've said before, all it is, it's the old circuitry from my heated grips, and I used to have one light here, one light there. Now hang on, I can have them both running off the left grip circuitry, and the right grip circuitry is now that 12 volt socket. Can you see? I've mentioned it before, but it is always handy to have a socket on. Plus it's a fused, you can switch it on and off with the old heated grip switch. But they also knock the cob lights down there off. Ideally they should be on a different circuit, but I've wired them all together off the heated grip purely because of the fuse it had on inside the headlight shell. So I'll switch them off for now. They're only finger tight. I just like to have some little extra running lights instead of spotlights. If you have spotlights and you don't project a beam on the road, what's the point? So just for being seen, I have these running all the time. Where is it? There we are, little rubber big rubber washer. Where's a little nook gone? Somewhere on the floor. That's just a buffer. I was going to get my bike out, but I don't know, is it worth bothering? after last week going to Rivington and 3 bikes there at the bottom line. You see, I made 2 holes in the fairing ages ago. I could always blank them off if I got fed up to keep changing these every other month. You can see, can't you, where water's got in. Turn the bloody circuit board rusty and they pinged out. But these, like I said, they're cobs, can you see? 2 little yellow oblongs, whereas these are the old type with just the filaments in, which last a lot longer. We shall see. It's not that big a job to swap them over anyway, so I don't mind. What am I doing? Light first. That's and a rubber washer and a little lock nuts. Oops, finger tight again. Get it going on the threads. I'll set this off, I'm steaming up. Just had my computer on for half an hour, checking Facebook. I sent a Beatles video to an American that brings a load of tourists over. Check for comments. I thought there might be some more entries for my contest and nobody want that new camera. Look at the picture quality. There's 3 contenders so far. But, I'll decide on New Year's Day or the following weekend when I've sobered up. I don't think I'll bother going out, waste a bloody time on Christmas Eve. Did I mention I'm in a Facebook group for us lot that used to work in a shoe factory? And the Facebook group, it's quite amusing, it's called We Survived Priestley Footwear, because it was all paint and glue fumes and a few people died. You know, it's an awful place to work, but I was there 5 years. And there's a lot of women that comment now and again on the Facebook page, but no one had posted out for a year. So I said, why not all meet up at Christmas either in the Plough, in the nearest pub that's near the old factory, or a Tipsy Cows, that wine bar. So, Christmas Eve, went to my mum's, had my meal, set off round the pubs at 9 o'clock, went to Tipsy Cows, empty, went down to the Plough. A few old people in singing karaoke. One old chap started singing, "All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth." Oh, I thought, I'm going. Well, I've later found out it's a little funny thing the landlord does. Anyone singing that gets a free pint if they dare to sing it. Quite funny. So I went back to Tipsy Cows, group of pensioners in, but nobody I knew from work. So obviously nobody's bothered, even though there was 200 employees. What's up with them? Few people go to the pubs anymore. Is it because of the cost? That's what they normally whinge about. But it's socialising, isn't it? You sacrifice 20 quid or so to socialise. Plus I might have bought him a drink if it was a girl I knew. So I went back down to the Plough. More karaoke, not that I went on. I'll be lonely this Christmas without you to love. I'll be cold, so cold, without you to hold this Christmas. And then I went home. And it was so late, both the Indian takeaways had shut by then. Although I did say I'd never have an Indian takeaway ever again. So is it worth going out New Year's? I'm back at work tomorrow just for one day, because it's a retail supplier. And I mended 2 machines that my mate Clive said had broken. And they're very easy to mend. Heat sealers that produce bubbles to put in boxes. I looked at one, and the Teflon tape. There's a little heat bar that heats up and seals it as it goes through on 2 more Teflon tapes. And the buffer section of the Teflon tape had dropped out. So I just refitted it. And the other one, there's big heavy rolls of the flat bubble roll, which gets inflated with a little blowpipe. We're just spinning and ripping. And when I looked, a little tensioning tab, a little tensioning silicone band had snapped. So I got some rubber bands, did them really tight, stretched them over the bar, and it's put tension on. And I thought, it's mended. Why did I mention all that? Because I want some praise for my efforts, that's why. I don't know why I'm so disliked now about this stuff. I should be grateful. I've been there 6 years, I know the job inside out, and I can mend the machines if they go pear-shaped. This one, that's a bit looser, good. So I'll have to go on a test ride, won't I, to test these. You can imagine the abuse you get with all the bloody rain splattering on them. But like I said, with that little ring of silicone in that outside edge, it should keep the moisture out, but then you've got the problem with condensation gathering inside, haven't you? Can't focus his eyes. Yes, that's the reason I've not put my jeans on. It's easier to crouch down bare-legged. And I'm going to have a shower shortly. Or should I not bother? Should I get my bike out instead? Because if I have a shower it's going to be delayed another half hour. After work on Friday, I said to my mate Clyde, you fancy going for a few beers down Clitheroe and a curry? No. Why not Saturday? I thought, well, we're up now, but Saturday's a day of rest for me. So I'd have a lazy day Saturdays. Or a bike fettling day where I did nothing. I suppose it was a bit of a wasted day. But that's what you want to do, rest. My feet were killing me actually at work. We're having slippers or nothing on my feet all week, then putting steel toe caps on. I was in agony. Take my glasses off, look at that. Trying to see through a mist. Alright, twist them together. Can you see all this? Actually, I think my camera's still on the +1 setting. I noticed that funeral rag was still nearly spoiled because of the flare on the camera, because it was in +1. You know, because I was doing my kitchen workshop. So I'll reset it, ready for when I go out. I'm going to check the tyre pressures as well. I haven't checked them for ages. We should check them at least every 2 weeks or a month at the latest. Shouldn't just leave them. Just gone through slightly. This is red, top one. Little extra nip. That one there. On the way through. That one's blue. Are you bored yet? Alright. So, why didn't I colour code these back? I've left a little old thing hanging out, so that's red. And that is black. Test. Sounds like some bites out. Yeah, success. Red lights. Yep, nicely powered up. Someone else said they're too bright, but that's what you want to do. Be seen, be safe. And that angle, it'll shine over the top of the cars, it won't be in the mirror, I don't think. Oh, tread on my glasses. Right, I'll tape it back up. And go for a test ride. Let's hope this camera isn't hitting, because I was putting silicone around the bracket. I have to disconnect everything. So, I'll have to see what I've not sent for any new microphones yet. I was gonna do, but I'll wait till after Christmas. All this mad rush in the post, you might get damaged. Right, well, I've adjusted the auto exposure, which means it might be a bit darker. I've fastened the wiring back up. My duster is soaking, which I keep stuff down here. So, I've got the old long johns there, now a duster because they're tiny. They must have shrunk, it's not me that's put weight on. And stuff in a rag there keeps the wires sort of protected from snagging, and also support the fairing, because when there's nothing there it bends in the blast as I'm approaching 150 miles an hour. I was wondering about putting ACF 50 on the chain. Is it not recommended? Anti-corrosion. No, better not. Put plenty of paper down. Because I thought it'll take a while for me to get ready, I'll leave this. Should I start the engine or do it manually? I'll leave this to go gooey because it goes on liquid. I think I need glasses. I had all that trouble last time, didn't I? Yeah, as you'll know, it goes a bit more solid after the application, doesn't it? So, top section. You won't be able to see, but I'm actually getting the links here. Get it full circle. And then don't neglect the underside. That's what the hole's for, I think. I thought I had some chain wax, but this is just WD-40 chain lube. Maybe this is better because this penetrates into the links. Right. So I'll leave that. I think I will have a shower because I'm not going far, so I don't need to set off for Rington. I think that's maybe why I missed all the visitors, if there were any, last Sunday because I set off and didn't get there till 3. So my clock's inside. The other one pinged out as well. I've had to change the battery in both of them, but it was only a little button, a l.e.d one. You can get a card with 20 on there, can't you, from pound shops, and they work. And if they ping out after 3 months, it don't matter because let's replace them cheap. Everything's getting cheaper, I'm pleased to say, in our society. Will we get a shock after Brexit? Will everything suddenly go very expensive? My neighbour seems to think so. Oh yeah, pressures. Front was 30 instead of 36. Back was 42 like it should be. And I've not checked it for months. Not dropped a pound, that's good. Oh yeah, I got a bag of sprouts. That was a bit of a waste because I had some with a meal and put gravy on them. And my guts were in turmoil, so I've dumped them on the compost heap. I might cut them trees down, fed up with apples, rotten apples dropping everywhere, plus all the leaves. Should I chop them down and put a plastic lamp from Argos there instead? They're doing an aluminium 3 light street lamp sort of thing, and I thought, yeah, should I get that instead of a tree? No more leaves next autumn. I'm going to be steaming up on. That's that tall gramophone record sleeve. It's bigger than a 78 though. You know, it looks like a 78 with extended play, I think. 4 Town Hall Square, so I'm going to have a look to see where it was. If I can find it. I've got the camera angle right. Like I said, we're checking all the tape off and silicone in it. I'll have to start again. But let's see. Yes, there's an old picture here, looking up there and looking up here with a vintage vehicle round about here. I just find the pictures fascinating. That's where I got the record sleeve from. So I hope you don't mind me repeating what I've done before with time travel pictures. I'm glad the tyre pressures were okay, that's a relief. Yeah, where are you going, Albert? Now then, yeah, number 4. Is it the chicken? See, 2 and 2A. So 4 is now Chicken Village, isn't it? No number on, but I presume that's the case. So in the 1910s, 1920s, see, 10. That's an old door. I bet that's an original door from then. 10, 8, 6, 4. Yeah, so it's a chicken shack, was once a record emporium and gramophone specialist. Isn't that fascinating? Another time travel coming up. There used to be a pub on the left called the Queen's Head. Demolished to make that billiard hall in 1911. Oh yeah, that's where I was. Tipsy Cows on Christmas Eve. Glugging Oh yeah, that's where I was. Tipsy Cows on Christmas Eve, glugging rather expensive red wine. Another one with a faulty brake light. Don't need check. And another time travel. That laundrette was once some kind of, it says, coronation house or something. And a big mill on the left here. This is the other pub I was in. Even this has changed. It was just a square block before, and now they put that sort of Tudor roof on. So this, another time travel picture. Time travel picture. Yes, woman, slow down. Whiz round bends like that. Look, this old microphone isn't hissing. I'll send for 3 new ones ready for the spring season of videos. Oh, it's open now, so why would it shut on Christmas Eve? Why? Yeah, looks like a lake. All the rain we've had. It started raining Christmas Eve when I were at that pub that was closed, the park. So I went to the town centre, and that's why I went in Tipsy Cows again. I was going to go home, but I stayed for over an hour. Like I said, nobody came in that I knew. Miserable sods. Don't know why I bother. I think I'll delete my post. Another time travel spot. Yes, it's nice and mild due to a waft of warm air coming up from Spain, but it's due to change next week, or should I say this coming week. I'll leave my visor there. It took ages to get in the right position so it didn't mist up. Due to the misting problems which persist, I should leave this array helmet for summer, shouldn't I? And maybe wear my blue and high-vis one for winter vlogs, and then for work use that all high-vis one. What about that? Trouble is I couldn't get the microphone to work with the LS2 blue and yellow one. Although if I'm getting some new microphones, I could always experiment. And so this is Christmas, what have you done? Another year over, a new one just begun. And a happy new year. Let's hope it's a good one, with lots of good weather. As soon as I stop, my glasses are misting despite that bloody stuff on. It's obviously crap. I noticed it seemed different stuff because it's a new container from what used to be a white and red container, the Bobby stuff. And now it's black. I've changed the bloody formula and spoilt it. It's like pot noodles, you change that formula and spoilt it. There's another old picture of an old biddy standing at the door of this cottage here. You've got diamond shaped windows there. And just to finish off with another time travel picture. There's one here as well, this pub de Lacy Arms with cobbles, oarsmuck. And the front of that pub stuck out, so why have they reduced it back, I wonder? Well, it's now a bloody co-op. It's gusting. 1781, the date at the top, and now it's a co-op. Why aren't people using pubs anymore? Turned up there. Oh no, yeah, I wanted to see, I sent my sister a picture because she lives in this town. Is it there? An old shop with some stairs. That's right, I'm in the picture. Judge Walmsley shut down. Let's have a look down here. I was thinking I was going to dash back to go to l.e.d, but near the pet store where I'm going, there is an l.e.d anyway, so I could get me milk and stuff for work tomorrow there, couldn't I? And the Wally Viaduct is that dead end, because it leads to that little back road next to the remains of Whalley Abbey. And it's a dead end. This is still open and used by trains, but the one in Grey Cloud, of course, is long gone. See, if that pub was still open, I mean, why did it close and why was it not frequented by these people here? Or is he turning then? Scandalous, isn't it? Nice old pub like that. Closed. It actually closed ages ago and became a restaurant, Chinese or Taiwanese or something. Oh, that water looks rough at the weir. Won't be able to see. Low fuel. Well, I've got the flea spray and I've got a new pet door. I just thrown one away this morning. It was hanging off between the front room and the middle room. One of the moggies had a mad dude charging about and broke it. And because when you spray the stuff you have to lock the cats out of the room, and they'd be handy. Because I can lock it and keep the moggies out while the flea spray settles. Oh, White Lane. That's a pub car. Can you go that way, Albert? Oh yeah, I can. I've just been in Aldi for a look round, no sign of any watches. I said to them in November, although of course they have no influence. I said in November, why not get some of them watches in for Christmas? They'll sell very well. The state of this road is just worn to hell. So if me and my mate Clive have come out on the beer, we're going in the Holmes Mill, and then at the Emporium, then maybe this Branco, then up this hill. Or you can go down that way, there's an old working men's club there. And Key Street, that's a music bar, but it never seems to be open. And then we'll be going for a curry down there and some real ale at the New Inn. At first we'll be going in these pubs. They'd be right pub crawl. Although I thought Clive might not have been before, but he has. Everybody else. Hello. Who's that? Do I know him? You're one of my viewers. You're one of my viewers. I don't know, they're crossing. Ah, restaurant. It's a Japanese or Chinese. That'd be a nice alternative to an Indian, a nice sit-down Chinese meal. See how my bleeper alerts pedestrians. It's good if I didn't fit that, that loud alarm, they would have been terrified. Who's that? They've gone. They've disappeared from the face of the earth. Must have gone up here. I still don't know who it is. Who wears a white helmet and Ivy's? I'm not sure what bike it is now. Is it Morphy? You're going straight on Albert. Yes. Well, I'm low on fuel, so if they're turning left, hello.
Alright.
You like Morphy, are you?
Pardon?
Morphy? No.
No.
I'm going to Clitheroe to fill up. I'm on low fuel, so I can't hang around.
What o'clock you're not going around there?
Yeah.
Watch your videos and that.
Oh, I see, right. I'm going for some fuel anyway. Nice to see you. Yell oak. How can you pinch letters that high up unless you're blown off and then got pinched? Still there, a sandwich shop. You get me butties from work there. And up there's a Wagon and Horses pub. Indian takeaway and a Chinese chip shop. Well, I've got 2 bulbs, status though, them bloody cheapos, that's what's pinged out, although they have lasted a while, I suppose. So I got 2. They had a sale on 15% off everything today. You see, bright bulbs, you see? So I've also got some Duracell batteries for my bathroom radio as well. Right. Heading home into the sunset. So tomorrow after work, will I be coming down here on a pub crawl and give New Year's Eve a miss in my hometown? Or even New Year down here would be good, but I imagine the taxi back will be rather extortionately priced. Oops, escape for coffee and cocktails in the ale house, White Lion, and a couple of dives down here. Ribble Valley Scooter Rally, event sponsor. And the booking. Oh, they're nice old lights, only for original Victorian cast iron ones. I'm going to have a look in Lidl, won't I? Forgot. I'll go back and have a look round Lidl. Could always get a little bottle of milk there and a tin of rice pudding. Oh, it's one way. Marvellous. Yes, we're here again. Yeah, it was quiet. I was thinking, should I come round here New Year's Eve, spend a bloody fortune, or stay at home? I don't know why people are stopping, because you can have a night out, spend 50, 60, 70 pounds, take away and taxi. It could be 100 quid, couldn't it? All in all. And what have you got to show for it, apart from a bad head in the morning? And 51 miles. That should be okay for another 20 miles or so. What's it done with his melon? There were two lads, foreign lads, struggling to... They were passing out shopping to his mate, and his mate were putting it on his shelf, and he managed to drop a can, and the melon started to roll back down the rubber belt. Yeah, watermelon. I got one in summer, but in winter, why would you have one out in winter? Right, fuel then home. I've still got nothing to eat. Should I treat myself to a takeaway again? I shouldn't live off takeaways though, should I? There's a pub there called The Bridge that's closed down. Thank you. Been in there years ago. Loads closed down. £22 help. Hello, number 7, £22. Thank you. That's it? No, thank you. Thank you, bye. For sale now, that fishing lake and land. Not open yet. open yet? Well, stick it up your arse then. I'll have fried eggs. Bar is open, that's unusual. And there's Sunday at 4:45.